فما كان جواب قومه إلا أن قالوا أخرجوا آل لوط من قريتكم إنهم أناس يتطهرون فأنجيناه وأهله إلا امرأته قدرناها من الغابرين وأمطرنا عليهم مطرا فساء مطر المنذرين قل الحمد لله وسلام على عباده الذين اصطفى الله خير أما يشركون أمن خلق السماوات والأرض وأنزل لكم من السماء ماء فأنبتنا به حدائق ذات بهجة ما كان لكم أن تنبتوا شجرها أإله مع الله بل هم قوم يعدلون أمن جعل الأرض قرارا وجعل خلالها أنهارا وجعل لها رواسي وجعل بين البحرين حاجزا أإله مع الله بل أكثرهم لا يعلمون أمن يجيب المضطر إذا دعاه ويكشف السوء ويجعلكم خلفاء الأرض أإله مع الله قليلا ما تذكرون أمن يهديكم في ظلمات البر والبحر ومن يرسل الرياح بشرا بين يدي رحمته أإله مع الله تعالى الله عما يشركون أمن يبدئ الخلق ثم يعيده ومن يرزقكم من السماء والأرض أإله مع الله قل هاتوا برهانكم إن كنتم صادقين قل لا يعلم من في السماوات والأرض الغيب إلا الله وما يشعرون أيان يبعثون بل ادارك علمهم في الآخرة بل هم في شك منها بل هم منها عمون وقال الذين كفروا أإذا كنا ترابا وآباؤنا أإنا لمخرجون لقد وعدنا هذا نحن وآباؤنا من قبل إن هذا إلا أساطير الأولين قل سيروا في الأرض فانظروا كيف كان عاقبة المجرمين ولا تحزن عليهم ولا تكن في ضيق مما يمكرون ويقولون متى هذا الوعد إن كنتم صادقين قل عسى أن يكون ردف لكم بعض الذي تستعجلون وإن ربك لذو فضل على الناس ولكن أكثرهم لا يشكرون وإن ربك ليعلم ما تكن صدورهم وما يعلنون وما من غائبة في السماء والأرض إلا في كتاب مبين إن هذا القرآن يقص على بني إسرائيل أكثر الذي هم فيه يختلفون وإنه لهدى ورحمة للمؤمنين إن ربك يقضي بينهم بحكمه وهو العزيز العليم فتوكل على الله إنك على الحق المبين إنك لا تسمع الموتى ولا تسمع الصم الدعاء إذا ولوا مدبرين وما أنت بهاد العمي عن ضلالتهم إن تسمع إلا من يؤمن بآياتنا فهم مسلمون وإذا وقع القول عليهم أخرجنا لهم دابة من الأرض تكلمهم أن الناس كانوا بآياتنا لا يؤمنون تكلمهم أن الناس كانوا بآياتنا لا يوقنون ويوم نحشر من كل أمة فوجا ممن يكذب بآياتنا فهم يوزعون حتى إذا جاءوا قال أكذبتم بآياتي ولم تحيطوا بها علما أم ماذا كنتم تعملون ووقع القول عليهم بما ظلموا فهم لا ينطقون ألم يروا أنا جعلنا الليل ليسكنوا فيه والنهار مبصرا إن في ذلك لآيات لقوم يؤمنون ويوم ينفخ في الصور ففزع من في السماوات ومن في الأرض إلا من شاء الله وكل أتوه داخرين وترى الجبال تحسبها جامدة وهي تمر مر السحاب صنع الله الذي أتقن كل شيء إنه خبير بما تفعلون من جاء بالحسنة فله خير منها وهم من فزع يومئذ آمنون ومن جاء بالسيئة فكبت وجوههم في النار هل تجزون إلا ما كنتم تعملون إنما أمرت أن أعبد رب هذه البلدة الذي حرمها وله كل شيء وأمرت أن أكون من المسلمين وأن أتلو القرآن فمن اهتدى فإنما يهتدي لنفسه ومن ضل فقل إنما أنا من المنذرين وقل الحمد لله سيريكم آياته فتعرفونها وما ربك بغافل عما تعملون بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم طاسيم تلك آيات الكتاب المبين نتلو عليك من نبأ موسى وفرعون بالحق لقوم يؤمنون إن فرعون علا في الأرض وجعل أهلها شيعا يستضعف طائفة منهم يذبح أبناءهم ويستحيي نساءهم إنه كان من المفسدين ونريد أن نمن على الذين استضعفوا في الأرض ونجعلهم أئمة ونجعلهم الوارثين ونمكن لهم في الأرض ونري فرعون وهامان وجنودهما منهم ما كانوا يحذرون وأوحينا إلى أم موسى أن ارضعيه فإذا خفت عليه فألقيه في اليم ولا تخافي ولا تحزني إنا رادوه إليك وجاعلوه من المرسلين فالتقطه آل فرعون ليكون لهم عدوا وحزنا إن فرعون وهامان وجنودهما كانوا خاطئين وقالت امرأة فرعون قرة عين لي ولك لا تقتلوه عسى أن ينفعنا أو نتخذه ولدا وهم لا يشعرون وأصبح فؤاد أم موسى فارغا إن كادت لتبدي به لولا أن ربطنا على قلبها لتكون من المؤمنين. وقالت لأخته قصيه فبصرت به عن جنب وهم لا يشعرون. وحرمنا عليه المراضع من قبل فقالت هل أدلكم على أهل بيت يكفلونه لكم وهم له ناصحون. فرددناه إلى أمه كي تقر عينها ولا تحزن ولتعلم أن وعد الله حق ولكن أكثرهم لا يعلمون. ولما بلغ أشده واستوى آتيناه حكما وعلما وكذلك نجزي المحسنين. ودخل المدينة على حين غفلة من أهلها فوجد فيها رجلين يقتتلان هذا من شيعته وهذا من عدوه فاستغاثه الذي من شيعته على الذي من عدوه فوكزه موسى فقضى عليه قال هذا من عمل الشيطان إنه عدو مضل مبين. قال ربي إني ظلمت نفسي فاغفر لي فغفر له إنه هو الغفور الرحيم. قال ربي بما أنعمت علي فلن أكون ظهيرا للمجرمين. فأصبح في المدينة خائفا يترقب فإذا الذي استنصره بالأمس يستصرخه قال له موسى إنك لغوي مبين. فلما أن أراد أن يبطش بالذي هو عدو لهما قال يا موسى أتريد أن تقتلني كما قتلت نفسا بالأمس إن تريد إلا أن تكون جبارا في الأرض وما تريد أن تكون من المصلحين. وجاء رجل من أقصى المدينة يسعى قال يا موسى إن الملأ يأتمرون بك ليقتلوك فاخرج إني لك من الناصحين. فخرج منها خائفا يترقب قال رب نجني من القوم الظالمين. ولما توجه تلقاء مدين قال عسى ربي أن يهديني سواء السبيل. ولما ورد ماء مدين وجد عليه أمة من الناس يسقون ووجد من دونهم امرأتين تذودان قال ما خطبكما قالتا لا نسقي حتى يصدر الرعاء وأبونا شيخ كبير. فسقى لهما ثم تولى إلى الظل فقال رب إني لما أنزلت إلي من خير فقير. فجاءته إحداهما تمشي على استحياء قالت إن أبي يدعوك ليجزيك أجر ما سقيت لنا. فلما جاءه وقص عليه القصص قال لا تخف نجوت من القوم الظالمين. قالت إحداهما يا أبت استأجره إن خير من استأجرت القوي الأمين. قال إني أريد أن أنكحك إحدى ابنتي هاتين على أن تأجرني 8 حجج فإن أتممت 10 فمن عندك وما أريد أن أشق عليك ستجدني إن شاء الله من الصالحين. قال ذلك بيني وبينك، أيما الأجلين قضيت فلا عدوان علي، والله على ما نقول وكيل. فلما قضى موسى الأجل وسار بأهله آنس من جانب الطور نارا قال لأهلهم كثوا إني آنست نارا لعلي آتيكم منها بخبر أو جذوة من النار لعلكم تصطلون. فلما آتاها نودي من شاطئ الوادي الأيمن في البقعة المباركة من الشجرة أن يا موسى إني أنا الله رب العالمين وأن ألق عصاك. فلما رآها تهتز كأنها جان ولا مدبرا ولم يعقب. يا موسى أقبل ولا تخف إنك من الآمنين. أسلك يدك في جيبك تخرج بيضاء من غير سوء واضمم إليك جناحك من الرهب فذلك برهانان من ربك إلى فرعون وملئه إنهم كانوا قوما فاسقين. قال رب إني قتلت منهم نفسا فأخاف أن يقتلون وأخي هارون هو أفصح مني لسانا فأرسله معي رد أن يصدقني إني أخاف أن يكذبون. قال سنشد عضدك بأخيك ونجعل لكما سلطانا فلا يصلون إليكما بآياتنا أنتما ومن اتبعكما الغالبون. فلما جاءهم موسى بآياتنا بينات قالوا ما هذا إلا سحر مفترى وما سمعنا بهذا في آبائنا الأولين. وقال موسى ربي أعلم بمن جاء بالهدى من عنده ومن تكون له عاقبة الدار إنه لا يفلح الظالمون. وقال فرعون يا أيها الملأ ما علمت لكم من إله غيري فأوقد لي يا هامان على الطين فاجعل لي صرحا لعلي أطلع إلى إله موسى وإني لأظنه من الكاذبين. واستكبر هو وجنوده في الأرض بغير الحق وظنوا أنهم إلينا لا يرجعون فأخذناه وجنوده فنبذناهم في اليم فانظر كيف كان عاقبة الظالمين. وجعلناهم أئمة يدعون إلى النار ويوم القيامة لا ينصرون وأتبعناهم في هذه الدنيا لعنة ويوم القيامة هم من المقبوحين. ولقد آتينا موسى الكتاب من بعد ما أهلكنا القرون الأولى بصائر للناس وهدى ورحمة لعلهم يتذكرون. وما كنت بجانب الغربي إذ قضينا إلى موسى الأمر وما كنت من الشاهدين ولكننا أنشأنا قرونا فتطاول عليهم العمر وما كنت ثاويا في أهل مدين تتلو عليهم آياتنا ولكننا كنا مرسلين وما كنت بجانب الطور إذ نادينا ولكن رحمة من ربك لتنذر قوما ما آتاهم من نذير من قبلك لعلهم يتذكرون ولولا أن تصيبهم مصيبة بما قدمت أيديهم فيقولوا ربنا لولا أرسلت إلينا رسولا فنتبع آياتك ونكون من المؤمنين فلما جاءهم الحق من عندنا قالوا لولا أوتي مثل ما أوتي موسى فلما جاءهم الحق من عندنا قالوا لولا أوتي مثل ما أوتي موسى أولم يكفروا بما أوتي موسى من قبل قالوا سحران تظاهرا وقالوا إنا بكل كافرون قل فأتوا بكتاب من عند الله هو أهدى منهما أتبعه إن كنتم صادقين فإن لم يستجيبوا لك فاعلم إنما يتبعون أهواءهم ومن أضل ممن اتبع هواه بغير هدى من الله إن الله لا يهدي القوم الظالمين ولقد وصلنا لهم القول لعلهم يتذكرون الذين آتيناهم الكتاب من قبله هم به يؤمنون وإذا يتلى عليهم قالوا آمنا به إنه الحق من ربنا إنا كنا من قبله مسلمين أولئك يؤتون أجرهم مرتين بما صبروا ويدرؤون بالحسنة السيئة ومما رزقناهم ينفقون وإذا سمعوا اللغو أعرضوا عنه وقالوا لنا أعمالنا ولكم أعمالكم سلام عليكم لا نبتغي الجاهلين إنك لا تهدي من أحببت ولكن الله يهدي من يشاء وهو أعلم بالمهتدين وقالوا إن نتبع الهدى معك نتخطف من أرضنا أولم نمكن لهم حرما آمنا يجبى إليه ثمرات كل شيء رزقا من لدنا ولكن أكثرهم لا يعلمون وكم أهلكنا من قرية بطرت معيشتها فتلك مساكنهم لم تسكن من بعدهم إلا قليلا وكنا نحن الوارثين وما كان ربك مهلك القرى حتى يبعث في أمها رسولا يتلو عليهم آياتنا وما كنا مهلك القرى إلا وأهلها ظالمون.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, brothers. Thank you, brother Ismail. Today was till 7:20 till Friday. We are going to do the Quran from 7 to 7:20. Thank you so much, brother Ismail Al-Hilali, for your beautiful recitation. Jazakallah, may Allah protect you and your family. Thank you so much. Once again, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah, all listeners of the Islamic Center Moment live broadcast. We are doing this program from Islamic Center Moment Dallas. Condolence to all of the Mu'mineen around the world of this occasion of Zarbat of Imam Ali alayhi salam. And deeply, deeply sorrow on these days. Um, Now we are blessed to have among us. He's a very famous poet from Canada and also from Pakistan. He's so busy, he's doing all night programs and the day programs. And finally, I got to caught him and he gave us the time. We are very blessed to have Sayyid Iftikhar Mehdi Rizvi among us to do the Salam and Marsiya. I would like to thank him behalf of the Islamic Center of Momin and Momin Executive Committee to joining us on this broadcast. And Brother Iftikhar, you have 15 minutes. Don't worry about the time. You have a 15 minutes.
Yep.
Jazakallah. Aga, please start. Thank you so much.
No problem. First, thanks for the Momin Center management and Asar Pir Bhai, especially my brother Arshad Muhammad Ali. And they give me the chance to take a part in a sawab. And today is the 19th of Ramzan, and Zarbat Maula Kainat Mushkil Shah Ali ibn Abi Talib Islam. I'm just going to start the kalam. Shab cha gareban sahar giriya kuna hai مخلوق خدا مائل فریاد و فغاں ہے مابین زمین آسماں محشر کا سما ہے 19ویں رمضان کا یہ حال بیاں ہے تاریخ یہ وہ ہے جو قیامت سے نہیں کام اے مومنو سر پیٹو کرو گریہ و ماتم اے مومنو سر پیٹو کرو گریہ و ماتم فارغ جو تہجد سے ہوئے فاتح خیبر اور صحن میں آئے جو ہی حجرے سے نکل کر بس قصد کیا ہی تھا بھی جانے کا باہر ہوتا کہ ادا فجر کا وہ فرض مقرر مرغابیوں نے گھیر لیا حق کے ولی کو دروازے سے جانے نہیں دیتی تھی علی کو دروازے سے جانے نہیں دیتی تھی علی کو گویا ہوئے مرغابیوں سے حیدر کرار اس انس کی دے تم کو جزا خالق غفار نالے نہ کرو صبر کرو اے میری غمخوار جو وقت معین ہے وہ ٹلتا نہیں زنہار دامن کو میرے چھوڑ دو یوں اشک نہ برسا مسجد میں مجھے جانے دو دروازے سے ہٹ جاؤ مسجد میں مجھے جانے دو دروازے سے ہٹ جاؤ داخل ہوئے مسجد میں علی دیکھا یہ منظر اوندھا پڑا سوتا ہے لئی ایک زمین پر جب اس کے قریب پہنچے تو گویا ہوئے حیدر اٹھ پیروے ابلیس شقی اور ستمگر معلوم ہے سب کس لیے تو آیا ہے کوفہ کس کام کے کرنے کا یہاں پر ہے ارادہ کس کام کے کرنے کا یہاں پر ہے ارادہ یہ کہہ کے عزا دینے لگے خلق کے مولا محراب عبادت میں ہوئے زیب مصلی، مصروف ہوئے ساتھ میں حق کے شہ والا، تھی فجر کی پہلی ہی رکعت پہلا وہ سجدہ، تلوار عقب سے بن ملجم نے لگائی، دو پارا کیا سر کو جبھی تک اتر آئی، دو پارا کیا سر کو جبھی تک اتر آئی، سر پیٹ کے کہتے تھے نمازی کے جلاد، کیا کر دیا یہ خانہ حق میں ستم ایجاد، کی حق کے ولی پر یہ بھلا کس لیے بیداد، فریاد ہے فریاد ہے فریاد ہے فریاد، اس شور و فغاں کو سنا حسنین نے جس دم، مسجد کو چلے گھر سے وہ کرتے ہوئے ماتم، مسجد کو چلے گھر سے وہ کرتے ہوئے ماتم، حسنین نے آلودہ بخوں باپ کو پایا، حسنین نے آلودہ بخوں باپ کو پایا، وہ بہن کیے جس سے کہ منہ کو جگر آیا، پھر ایک چٹائی پاغرض ان کو لٹایا، غم خاروں نے زخمی شہ صفدر کو اٹھایا، گھر لائے مبادا کہیں حالت نہ بگڑ جائے، سر کھولے ہوئے ثانی زہرا نہ نکل آئے، سر کھولے ہوئے ثانی زہرا نہ نکل آئے، داخل ہوئے جب گھر میں پسر باپ کو لے کر، وہاں نالا و شیون سے بپا ہو گیا محشر، تھامے ہوئے تھی بیٹی کوئی پاؤں کوئی سر، آہستہ سے حجرے میں لٹایا انہیں جا کر، تھا ورد زباں یا لیا آہو بکا میں، آواز یہی گونجتی تھی ارض و سما میں، آواز یہی گونجتی تھی ارض و سما میں، شب گریبان سحر گریاں کناں ہے، باپ کے غم میں کہتی ہیں رو کر زینب اور کلثوم، باپ کے غم میں کہتی ہیں رو کر زینب اور کلثوم، سن کے ندائے غیبی ہیں مضطر زینب اور کلثوم، باپ کے غم میں کہتی ہیں رو کر زینب اور کلثوم، گھر میں خدا کے سجدہ حق میں ضرب العین کاری لگائی، گھر میں خدا کے سجدہ حق میں ضرب العین کاری لگائی، پاک خبر نہ روئے کیوں کر زینب اور کلثوم باپ کے غم میں کہتی ہیں رو کر زینب اور کلثوم آئی سحر 19 کی کیسی جس نے قیامت ہم پر ڈھائی آئی سحر 19 کی کیسی جس نے قیامت ہم پر ڈھائی نالا کناں ہے کہہ کے یہ دختر زینب اور کلثوم باپ کے غم میں کہتی ہیں رو کر زینب اور کلثوم ایک ہمارے زخم سر کو ایک ہمارے زخم سر کو دیکھ کے اپنی جان کھوتی ہو دیکھو گی کیسے زخم برادر زینب اور کلثوم باپ کے غم میں کہتی ہیں رو کر زینب اور کلثوم اور کرب و بلا میں رو نہ سکو گی کرب و بلا میں رو نہ سکو گی بولے علی خود اشک بہا کر لو بکاب تم جی بھر کر زینب اور کلثوم باپ کے غم میں کہتی ہیں رو کر زینب اور کلثوم محمد صلوات
اللہم صلی علی محمد وعلی محمد وعجل فرجہم. جزاک اللہ سید افتخار مہدی رضوی بھائی. ہم آپ کے تہ دل سے مشکور و ممنون ہیں کہ آپ مومن سینٹر کی براڈ کاسٹ پہ تشریف لائے، اور واقعی ہم ارشد نقوی فیملی کا بھی شکر گزار ہیں کہ انہوں نے ان کے توسل سے جو ہے آپ سے رابطہ ہو سکا، اور انشاءاللہ امید گو ہیں آئندہ بھی آپ کی خدمات حاصل کرتے رہیں گے. بہت بہت شکریہ.
جی بالکل انشاءاللہ. بہت شکریہ آپ سب کا بھی، آپ نے مجھے موقع دیا ثواب میں حصہ لینے کا، اور بہت ممنون ہوں میں آپ کو.
جزاک اللہ. Now we're going to move forward with our Majlis program. As you all know, Ayam of Zarbat of Imam Ali Murtaza going on. Our condolences, and once again we welcome you all listener to Islamic Center Moment broadcast. Without wasting any time, I'd like to invite Maulana Muhammad Baig to the member inshallah to recite the majlis. But Muhammad wa ali Muhammad salawat. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ali Muhammad wa ajil farajahum. Maulana, if you can do a little bit close up, it will be very nice.
Close up.
Thank you, Allah. Thank you, Jazakallah.
Please recite a Surah Fatiha for all of your marhumin and the shuhada of Islam. Hasbunallahu ni'mal wakeel. نعم المولى ونعم النصير. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء والمرسلين سيدنا ومولانا أبي القاسم محمد وعلى آله الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين سيما بقية الله الأعظم روحي وأرواح العالمين له الفداء. ربش رحلي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Thank you for joining us. The topic for today is going to be Imam Ali, the successor of the Prophet, without any gap or interruption. And this is a concept that we have in Islam of the fact that Imam Ali is the Khalifa, bila fasl. He's the leader of the Muslims after the Prophet without any interruption, without any gap, without any space in between. This is a concept that we have and we know it to be true. And the question that begs to be asked is that is the acceptance of Imamat, and specifically the Imamat of Ali, is Imam Ali accepted with the Prophet amongst other people also? Is that okay for us to do that? For example, is it all right for me to accept Imam Ali and Rasulullah and some other bunch of people? Is that okay or no? Is it necessary for me to accept Imam Ali right after the Prophet? Because there are many people who accept Imam Ali as the Khalifa of the Muslimin, not right after the Prophet, but after some gap, they do accept him as the Khalifa. So if you tell them that you have to accept Ali, they will say, yes, we also accept Ali. Is that correct? Is that acceptance correct? Or no, is it necessary for us to have to accept Imam Ali right after the Prophet? This is the discussion we are going to have, and I want to shed some light on it so that ourselves we can understand and get the right answers from the Quran as to what is Imam Ali's position after the Prophet. So let's go into it without any delay. One basic principle that we all can agree on, all the Muslims, whether you're Shia and Sunni, doesn't matter, we all can agree on this principle that we have choice. We have free will. We have ikhtiyar. And this ikhtiyar comes till the acceptance of Islam, meaning that we are free to choose. We have the freedom of choice until we accept Islam. In other words, I can choose Islam, or I can choose Kufr, or I can choose any other religion I want. No one is pressuring me. No one is forcing me. No one is compelling me to choose Islam. Islam respects that. Allah respects your freedom of choice. He says in the Quran, La ikraha fid din. There is no compulsion. There is no force in Islam. No one is going to force you to become a Muslim. And if there are certain crazy people who go around forcing other people to become Muslim, they have no clue what Islam is. That is not Islam. Allah doesn't want anyone to be forced into Islam. It is a choice that they all have on their own. Something that we can all agree on. La ikraha fid din, qad tabayyana rushdu min al-ghayy. That we have choice and we have free will. Until when? There's a limit. It's not complete. There's a limit. You have choice until we come to the door of Islam. Whether we want it or not is our choice. But once we accept it, once we become Muslim, and once we enter the fold of Islam, after that, there is no choice. Then we have to do whatever Allah wants us to do. Then we have to do however Allah wants us to do, whatever He wants us to do. It's not that, for example, I can come into Islam and become a Muslim and then say, well, you know what? I like zakat. I like the concept of zakat. Let me give zakat. But prayer, I'm not too much sold on that. Yes. Amr bil Maruf Nahi anil Munkar, I'm not too much sold on that. Other people can take care of that. I don't like it. I would do something that's beneficial for me or I think is right. When I come into Islam, you had your choice of accepting Islam. But once you enter the fold of Islam, now you can't be choosing. Now our attitude is clarified in the Quran that once you become a Muslim, then your attitude and your approach is sama'na wa ata'na. Allah, we hear, we obey. Whatever you say, you're going to do. No objection, no dispute, no ifs or buts. Nothing. You are God. We accepted you. We accept Islam as your religion, and we are going to do what you ask us to do. This is simple. All Muslims can agree on that. We all can agree that we can't just change Islam. Now, there are some liberals nowadays, who think that they are practicing Islam, but they're actually not, because the whole purpose of Islam is to obey Allah's will, to obey what He says, not to obey what I think is right. If I'm following what I think is right, then that's not Islam. That's what we call Islam. That's our own version of whatever it is, but it's not Islam. So, and we look at that, we see that it's like an army. When you go and join the army, there are enrollment centers. You can go there. It's in every neighborhood. And you can find many of them in Dallas. This is Texas. This is where they get most of the people to come to join the army anyway. So when you go to the enrollment center, they will give you the information. You can ask any question you want and see whether this is a lifestyle that you want to lead. This is a choice that you want to make. Is this right for you or not? You can get all the information before you sign that paper. Yes, you have the choice. No one is forcing you. There's no draft. No one is coming after you, knocking on your door that you have to now join the army. No, it's voluntary. You can go there and you can say that, listen, I want information. You can learn as much as you want. But once you sign and you're accepted and you sign and you enroll in the army, now choice is taken away from you. Now you don't have a choice. You can't go to the army barracks and when they wake you up at 4 a.m., you can't tell them that this is not my wake up time. I wake up at 8 a.m., please. You can come back and get me then. Once the officer hears that, he says, oh, you really? Why did you get up and give me 50 push-ups just for saying that? And you know what? That's how it is. No one's going to accept it. Once you enter it, that's it. You can't be asking for the food that you like. Whatever mush they give you, you got to eat it. You got to eat that mush. You can't say, my mother makes omelets for me. Oh, that's good. And you will have those omelets, but not now. Now you eat the mush that we give you. Because as long as you're here in the army, you got to go by the rules of the army. This is simple as that. Islam is the same way. Until you did not come here, you are free to choose and accept it. But once you accept it, then you have to do what Allah tells you to do and the way He wants you to do it. This is very important, my friends, that we understand it very well. It's not just what Allah wants you to do, it's how He wants you to do it also. So, for example, if He gives you an order or a commandment, for example, He tells you pray, like Allah says in the Quran, Aqimus Salat, pray, establish prayers. So, great. Now we need to ask Him, how do we do that? We can't say, okay, He asked me to pray. I can do whatever I want. I like to pray this way. I like to get on my knees, or I like to just sit and talk, or on a chair, or something like that. No, it's not up to you to decide that now. Now, even the how is going to be decided by Allah. How do you pray? Allah will tell you that. Rasulullah said, Sallu kama ra'aytumu usalli. Pray like you see me pray. The way I pray is how you are going to pray. Just watch me and do it exactly the way it is. You can't change anything around. You can't miss anything. You can't add anything. Everything is in its place exactly the way Allah tells it to. So now when you want to pray and when you want to do something, then you got to do it the way Allah wants you to do it. You know, like I once had a roommate, Muslim. He was a person that I used to see every morning, would get up at around 8 o'clock, you know, take a shower, breakfast, and at 9 o'clock, he will start praying. And he'll pray for half an hour at 9 o'clock. And I would be wondering, 9 o'clock, what kind of prayer is this? Maybe he made nazar. I don't know. Who am I to judge? So 9 o'clock, he prays. Every day I see him pray. And one day I asked him, so what prayer do you make at 9 a.m.? He said, well, I have a second shift at work. And I can't wake up early in the morning. It breaks my sleep. I can't break up early in the morning. It breaks my sleep. And so what happens is that when it breaks my sleep, what do? I want to take a shower, get myself clean, and I feel like praying. I feel like praying once I'm able to get some sleep and I feel good about it. I looked at him and said, but you know that that's not prayer now. I mean, there's a reason why Allah has prayers divided 5 times a day. You can't just choose to make all the prayers at once. That won't be prayer anymore. Now it's whatever you are doing. You can call it exercise, workout. You can lose some calories, but it's not prayer. It's not rewardable by Allah because Allah only rewards it if you do it His way, not your way. This is the way it is. Nowadays, you see, for example, the liberal movement has gone forward and want to change some rules in Islam because they don't agree with it. And they say it's about time that Islam has changed and progressed to be up to date. And what has that changed? Now, women should lead the prayer. Women should lead the prayer in a mixed gathering. You saw that in the news some years ago. That became a big fad. It was in the media loved it. Oh, we're changing Islam now. Islam is becoming updated. And so, but you know, in Islam, women lead prayer for women. If only women are there, then a woman can lead the prayer. But if it's a mixed gathering, a woman can't lead the prayer. It's not my rule. It's not my religion. It's Allah's rule. And the fact is that if you don't like it, just like you're free to come, you're free to leave, but you can't just change it around and call it prayer anymore. It won't be Islam. It won't be worship. It won't be prayer. It is whatever you make it to be. Don't expect anything to come out of that. So the fact is that in Islam, once you enter Islam, then everything is Allah's way. Until you don't enter Islam, you have the choice. You have the freedom to choose as much as you want. And this is clear about that. Now, so if Allah doesn't allow any sort of change within Islam, in fact, He's so serious about that, He tells the Prophet also, Rasulullah, He tells him with a threat. He says that if you change one thing to another in my religion, if you interfere in my religion, then I will smite your neck. And He's talking to Rasulullah. Can you imagine that? So if He doesn't tolerate changing from the most beloved person in His eyes, then where do we stand? And where do Muslims stand? So now let's come to this point and see. Allah is the one who gave the religion. Allah is the one who chose the Khalifa. Allah says, obey your leader. Atiullah wa atiur Rasul wa ulil amri minkum. That obey Allah, obey the Prophet, and those in charge of you. From those in charge of you, we know it's Ahlul Bayt, and we know that it's Imam Ali. So, but when you look at the Sunnis also, the Sunnis also have the same thing. I have collected 80 hadiths, 80 riwayat from the books of Sunnis and from their narrators, almost all their narrators. I have 80 hadiths that specifically says regarding Imam Ali as the Khalifa, in words like, Ya Ali anta khalifati. Oh Ali, you are my Khalifa. Ya Ali anta khalifati min ba'di. Oh Ali, you are my Khalifa after me. And my wasi, and the leader of the Muslims after me. all of these in different shapes and forms, Rasulullah has given this message 80 places. I mean, 1 or 2 or 3 can be disputed. 80 places where you have this, how many times can you deny it? How many times can you reject it? So 80 places this has been mentioned. That's what I gather. There will be more. And in Shia hadith, it's a lot more. So don't even imagine that about Shia hadith. I'm talking about Sunni hadith. 80 places where it has been mentioned in their books regarding Imam Ali being the Khalifa after the Prophet. So now, is there any place, first question, is there anywhere else in all the hadith books that the Sunnis have? And you can also add in Shia books also. All the hadith books that you have, is there any place that Rasulullah has said anything close to it, even in fake hadiths that you can manufacture from the most frivolous manufacturing companies of hadiths? Even Abu Huraira couldn't make up a hadith that says someone else is the leader. Not one place. Zilch, nada. No place do you have any place where Rasulullah had said that this person is a leader of the Muslims after me, or he's my successor, any place in that way. So if Imam Ali is the only one that Rasulullah has said this about, then what's the problem in accepting it? And you know what? There's a huge price to pay if you don't accept it. Yes, a huge price to pay if you don't accept it. Is it all right for me to just change the order, accept someone else? Maybe I can lodge an official dispute and say that Imam Ali is too young. You know, we got elders in the line here. If we give the leadership to Imam Ali, the elders might get upset. You know, the elders in the community, need some respect, and we need to make them the leader first. Ali has a long way to live. Is that okay? Is that acceptable? Is there any room in Islam for that? I mean, there is no room. Let me give you an example from the Quran to everyone. You know, when Allah appointed Adam as the Khalifa, inni ja'ilun fil ardi Khalifa, Adam is my Khalifa, then there was an objection made by angels. And the angels disputed this and objected to this and said, Allah, why are you making Adam from that dirt? He's going to cause mischief and bloodshed, which he did. I mean, his children did, just like the angel said he would. But you know what Allah said? They said, well, why don't you make one of us? Angel said this. Why don't you appoint one of us? We will be the leader. We glorify you. We praise you. We're the one who do all your work anyway. So make us one of the leaders. Make us your leader. And then Adam, inshallah, will see what happens to him. And you know what? These angels are immaculate. They're infallible. They are sinless. And a whole group, the whole body of angels disputed, and Allah rejected them. I mean, that was cold. Allah rejected them. He threw it back in their face. Completely. No choice at all. No ifs and buts. Completely. He rejected this whole notion. He said, no, whoever I appoint is going to be the Khalifa. That's it. There's no room. There's no compromise here. That's it. And you know what? If a whole body of angels who are infallible and a whole consensus of this whole body of angels who are infallible cannot change the Khalifa of Allah, then what makes us think that a body of sinful Muslims are going to change Allah's Khalifa? There's a heavy price to pay if you don't accept Ali right after the Prophet. If you accept him at 4, it's not Islam anymore. The whole order is finished. And if the whole order is finished, it's not Allah's deen anymore. It's something else. It has to be something else. It's like, for example, one of the wajib things in prayer is tartib. It's a condition. You have to pray it in order. So if you, for example, say that, okay, these are the things that are wajib in prayers. You know what? Let me make all of those things. So I make 4 ruku, and I make 8 sajdas, and I do the dhikr, and I read the Fatiha 2 times, and whatever it is. In my own order, would you call that prayer? Would you call that ibadah? Would you call that worship? It's nothing. It has nothing to do with worship. If you want to pray, it's not just I need all these things. I need all of these things in the way I like it, in the order I made it. That's the way it has to be. So if Ali is going to come, he cannot come at number 4. He has to come at number 1. And that's what's important. We need to accept Ali as the Khalifa of the Muslims right after the Prophet without any break. That is how Allah wanted it. And that's how we have to accept it. And who better than Imam Ali? Let me give one more thing regarding this so that you can truly benefit from this. We give an ayat of you so that it can really help us to understand this. You know, this ayat came down in Makkah when the kuffar of Makkah, the infidels, were rejecting Rasulullah. They rejected the Prophet. And they were saying that this is a crazy person. He's insane. He thinks that he is from God and there's a God in some heaven up there. And he talks about these things. And we all know that the gods reside in Kaaba. And he says that there's a God somewhere else. You know, how can there be a God anywhere else? So anyway, these people were saying that Rasulullah is insane. He's a madman. And hence rejecting him and saying these things. So in response to that, Allah sent down this ayat. He sent down this ayat and said to the Prophet, give them this response. He says, this ayat says, وَيَقُولُ الَّذِينَ كَفَرُوا لَسْتَ مُرْسَلًا. These kuffar say that you are not sent by Allah, that you have not been sent by Allah. So then what happens? قُلْ كَفَى بِاللَّهِ شَهِيدًا بَيْنِي وَبَيْنَكُمْ. Tell them that Allah is a witness between me and between all of you. I make Allah as a witness between me and all of you. And who better to be a witness than someone who sees everything and nothing escapes his vision? So obviously Allah is enough as a witness. But then you know what? Allah then says, he gives forward another witness. Yes, Allah brings himself as a witness. Allah is a witness. And then he brings another witness. And I'm bringing you the other witness, who's going to be the second witness for the messenger. And who's that? وَمَنْ إِنْدَهُ إِلْمُ الْكِتَابِ. Someone who has the knowledge of the book. Ilmul Kitab. He has the knowledge of the book. Now, really, my question is, who is this person that Allah is talking about? That he's a witness that Rasulullah came from Allah. He's a witness. Allah is presenting him as a witness. Who is that person? Ask anyone. Go there and find someone who can fit that bill and who can fit that description. Who is the person that you can say, yes, he fits this bill? Who is that person? Let me give you an idea of what this ilmul kitab means, knowledge of the book. Let me compare that to another ayat and you will understand this better. This is in the case of Sulaiman. Sulaiman asked his court, is there anyone who can bring me the throne of Sabah here? And a strong angel, a mighty angel said, I can bring the throne to you before we leave this gathering. Before you leave here, I'll bring it here. Sulaiman said, anyone else? And one person in that place said, I will bring it to you before you can blink your eyes. Before you can blink your eyes, I will bring it here. It'll be here. Allow me. Sulaiman said, yes, go ahead. And before he could blink his eyes, the throne was in front of Sulaiman. Right there in front. Sulaiman was astonished. Here's how Allah says it in the Quran. He says, قَالَ الَّذِي إِنْدَهُ إِلْمٌ مِنَ الْكِتَابِ. A person who had a little knowledge from the book made this offer and brought it. Such a feat that Sulaiman, a prophet of Allah like that, was astonished and said, Hada min fadli Rabbi. This is from the grace of Allah that He made this happen. And that person, that one person in the court, did that. And who was this person? He had a little knowledge of the Quran. Ilmun minal kitab. A little knowledge of the Quran. That's what he had. And here Allah is saying that the witness that Rasul, that Muhammad is the messenger of Allah, is someone who has the ilm of the whole kitab, of the whole book. That's the divine book of Allah, of the whole divine creation of Allah. He has that knowledge.
Aga, we cannot hear you. Aga, there's an issue with your sound. We can't hear you.
Portion, a haq of the poor people in your money. Says that in the Quran. وَفِي أَمْوَالِهِمْ حَقٌّ لِلسَّائِلِ وَالْمَحْرُومِ. In the wealth of the people, extra wealth. If you have extra money in your bank account, it's not because Allah wanted to give you a cushion. It's not because of that. It's not because of that. It's because there's a portion. There's a portion of the poor people in your money. Because of that reason. These are mahrum and sa'il. So they will have their money. But these people, they don't have their money. So you know what Imam Ali used to do? He used to take food and bread on his back every night, and he would go out there and give it to those people. It wasn't meant for those who are begging. This food was meant for those people that Imam Ali wanted to hide their dignity. He didn't want others to know that they're poor. That's why he went at night. Otherwise, he would give in the daytime in front of everyone. Reason Imam Ali didn't give it is because he didn't want them to become shameful in front of others, that others would know that they're poor. Imam Ali was such a delicate person, my friends. And it's not just Imam Ali, all the Imams. Let me tell you, inshallah, from here we can start to remember. All the Imams are like that. All the Imams. Let me tell you a story first. The story is about Imam Hussein and Imam Sajjad. Imam Sajjad, he came back from Kufa to Karbala to help in the burial of Imam Hussein and the Shuhada of Karbala. It was a miracle of Allah. Allah brought him back so that he can help the people who didn't know what to do, whose body is who. They didn't know. So Imam Sajjad came back and he directed the burial of everyone. And when Imam Hussein was being buried, and these people saw Imam Hussein. Imam Hussein did not have a coffin. They saw Imam Hussein, they saw the injuries, they saw the gashes, they saw the wounds. But there were certain wounds that were not from Ashura. Because the wounds on Ashura, they knew that this is fresh. Because it's bloody, you see that the holes are fresh, and you know that this is fresh, and this is from Ashura. But they saw certain wounds and certain injuries that Imam Hussein had on his back. They asked Imam Sajjad that, what is that? Those two lines that we see in the back of Imam Hussein, what is that? That's not from Ashura. They look old. Some old wounds that Imam Hussein had. What did Imam Hussein used to do? Where did he get hurt? They didn't know that Imam Hussein got hurt somewhere, and they said, what is that? And when Imam Sajjad saw that, when he looked at that, he started crying profusely. He started crying. They said, did we say anything wrong? Did we say anything wrong to disrespect him? He says, no. When you asked me that question, I remembered my father Hussein. Those two old wounds and injuries on his back, they are from that nights, those nights that my father used to go out and give food to the poor people. Every night Hussein would go out and give food to the poor people. And those two are injuries, and they saw that injuries, they stayed there all this while. This is how our Imams are. They have love for it. My friends, tonight, Imam Ali is lying on his deathbed. People are surrounding his house. Everyone knows that the poison has taken its effect. The doctor has given his word. He said that it's going to be finished. It's only a matter of time now that Imam Ali is going away. It's going to be finished now. And Imam Ali, at that time, was going in and out of consciousness. And as he came out, he would be advising his children with whatever he can say to Imam Hassan, Imam Hussein, and all the family that was there. He was giving them advice. But one advice that he was giving them all the time, he was saying, Allah, Allah fil yatama, Allah, Allah fil yatama. Oh, I ask you all, my children, everyone who's around and those who can hear me, take care of the orphans. Take care of the orphans. Don't let them go through difficulties. Do not let orphans go to difficulties. Don't let orphans be in a situation where they have to ask. Oh, woe unto you if an orphan has to ask for money or ask for something. If you let the situation become so bad that an orphan needs to beg and ask, then Allah is going to take care of you all. He is going to send his retribution to you all. So he is warning everyone, look at the orphans. My friends, orphans have a right in our wealth. No matter where they are, no matter what they are, if the orphans of any nation, if they begin asking, then Allah will not forgive that nation. Allah will not forgive that nation for letting their orphans become like that. You should help them before they ask for anything. You should make sure that you take care of them before they ask for anything. That's why it's so important that Imam Ali did that. Not only did he say that, but he was doing it. Because when all the people were around his house, there were certain children that came around there, and they asked, where is Ali? Where is Ali? And they said that Ali is dying. He says, why? Why is he dying? What happened? Someone poisoned him. Someone poisoned him. They said, what can we do? The doctor said that if you give him milk, it would help Ali. It would help Ali. So these children went, and every one of them, in whatever capacity they could, brought a little bit of milk, and they lined up outside the house of Imam Ali. When Imam Hassan came out, he saw a line of children there with tears in their eyes, holding small bowls of milk. And Imam Hassan said, what is this for? He says, we heard that the doctor said if we give him milk, he would be okay. He would be better. Imam Hassan didn't know how to tell it to these little children. Didn't know how to break the news to these little children that nothing is going to save Ali now. But maybe Ali was helping these orphans and telling everyone in Kufa, take care of the orphans, because maybe Ali knew, and Ali knows this. Ali knows this because he has the knowledge of the book. Ali knows that he wanted to tell the people about orphans, because the time will come when there will be an orphan who will be taken through Kufa. There will be an orphan from Ali's family who will be taken through Kufa. And when that little girl is going to go through Kufa, she will be so hard. She will be so difficult situation that she will be asking for water. Maybe Ali saying, take care of the orphans, because Hussein's orphan Sakina is going to come through Kufa. And I don't know. سيعلم الذين ظلموا أي منقلب ينقلبون. يا محمود بحكي محمد، يا الله بحكي علي، يا فاطر السماوات بحكي فاطمة، يا محسن بحكي حسن، يا قديم الحساب بحكي حسين. Give us the tawfiq to be on the right path, wisdom to understand his guidance, hasten the reappearance of our Imam, make us his helper when he comes. وآخر دعوانا الحمد لله رب العالمين.
Thank you so much, Allah, once again. Thank you for all the Mu'mineen are listening. Jazakallah. Do not forget about the yesterday's Maulana's message for giving, and also giving on this month. As you all know, we are appealing to all the community members to fulfill our goal of 50,000. So please donate now, and go to the Moment website or PayPal, or if you have a credit card, you can just go on the Moment website and donate it. We appreciate all kind of support of the Mu'mineen. Once again, thank you very much for all of brothers and sisters who are listening online. And inshallah, hope to see you tomorrow. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.